Good evening, I'm John Carter and welcome to Poland Daily. Today, Poland celebrates Labour Day, a holiday for all working people. Polish families usually treat it as an opportunity to take a few days off and leave the big cities for a weekend and spend some time with their loved ones. Just like every year, the All Poland Alliance of Trade Unions organised a march on the streets of Warsaw. This year's march was under the slogan, "Poland needs higher salaries."
Following a tradition, the left-wing political organizations such as the Democratic Left Alliance Party and other post-communist groups led the march. A couple thousand people took part in this year's celebration, most of them were seniors. We marched to make sure that the labor rights are being honored, because these times they aren't. Workers are often treated as garbage that employers can throw away anytime they want. We are protesting against the marginalization of workers. We want to show our support to those who are pushed aside. I recently joined the OPZZ organization and we are here to fight for higher salaries in whole Poland. Our country is one of the few which have the lowest pensions in Europe. I march every year. It is truly a great holiday and in my opinion all Poles should take part in the celebrations. Leaders of the left-wing parties want the Poles to earn more money.
Równa praca, równa płaca.
Salaries should be equal to the amount of work. As of today, the difference between women's pensions and men's pensions is 20%. There is a lot of work to be done in order to change that.
20%.
Workday in Poland is a controversial holiday. Even though it has its roots in the demonstrations against the Russian occupants in the 19th century, it was also celebrated in the communist era in Poland. The communist government used it to paint a picture of a perfect society, which only goal was to work in factories for the good of the nation. However, the communists did not care about the labor rights at all and brutally attacked any peaceful demonstrations against the abuse of power. Many left-wing parties, like the Democratic Left Alliance, were criticized for partially supporting the oppressors. The same left-wing parties now attack the ruling Law and Justice Party, arguing, for example, that the Family 500+ program is nothing but a waste of money.
There are plans to relocate a memorial commemorating the massacre of tens of thousands of Polish officers by the Soviet Union in 1940. The Polish community intend to do everything in their power to stop the removal.
The Katyn Memorial is a 34-foot-tall monument portraying a bound and gagged soldier bayoneted in the back. It serves as a reminder of the massacre of Polish officers by the Soviet Union in 1940. It has been located at Exchange Place since 1990. The city plans to put it in storage during a planned transformation of the Exchange Place Plaza into a public park. There is a strong chance that the statue may not return to its current location. Stephen Fulop, the mayor of Jersey City, New Jersey, said he did not intend to inform the Polonia directly about his intentions to move the monument. Information about the plan to create a park was announced via Twitter.
FYI, this is the statue you see when you come out of the path. We'll be moving the statue from Exchange Place, plus we'll temporarily store it at DPW so it doesn't get damaged. We're doing engineering work as we prepare for repairs to the area, plus a community space, green park with seating.
Poland's ambassador to the United States, Piotr Wilczek, said he is concerned about the sudden and unexpected announcement that the memorial may be moved and by the lack of dialogue between the city and the Polish-American community.
I am concerned by the sudden announcement made by Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop regarding the Katyn Memorial Exchange Place and by the lack of dialogue with the Polish-American community surrounding this issue. The Katyn Memorial was unveiled in 1990 after a decade-long effort by the Polish-American community of Jersey City to erect such a memorial, an effort that was spearheaded by many American and Polish war veterans. I encourage all involved parties to engage in a productive dialogue so that a solution can be arrived at which does not involve a permanent relocation of the memorial.
Jersey City's downtown used to be the center of the Polish community, which has decreased in recent decades. According to the latest census data, about 21,000 Hudson County residents report Polish ancestry. In 1972, the number of residents of Polish origin was as high as 100,000. The new park creation is a project of the Exchange Place Special Improvement District. Its chair, Mike DeMarco, said it's the city's decision whether the statue remains there after the plaza renovation is complete. His personal preference is that it is moved elsewhere. In the interview with Jersey Journal, he said the following.
I don't think the statue is appropriate for a major metropolitan area. It's a little gruesome. I can't imagine how many mothers go by and have to explain it to their children.
DeMarco added that the notion that Russians are backstabbers is not exactly a politically correct idea nowadays. Krzysztof Nowak, president of the committee responsible for commissioning the statue, stated that the monument should stay where it is and that a park can be built around it. He added that because of lack of dialogue with the city authorities, the committee engaged the legal help.
The law is on our side. We set the monument on the basis of an ordinance issued on April 13, 1987 by the Jersey City Council. We are in the process of involving a lawyer who will lead legal action against any plans to remove or transfer the monument. We are still demanding a meeting with the mayor and the city council.
The construction on the park may begin as early as July.
Poland is getting ready for the annual Night of the Museums. Hundreds of museums, galleries, government and cultural institutions invite all comers to explore interesting places not normally open to the public.
The Night of Museums 2018 takes place on May 19th. It is a great opportunity to visit museums, galleries, and other cultural institutions in an unusual way. Most of them are open until late evening or the whole night. Admission is free, although advance booking may be required. This year, for the first time, people will be able to visit the Warsaw Chamber Opera and the Central Statistical Office. Warsaw Mayor Hanna Gronkiewicz-Waltz told a press conference that this year's events in the city will be held under the slogan Capital of Freedom. We have always tried to refer to important anniversaries, she said, adding that this year is of particular importance as it marks 100 years since Poland regained its independence.
Sweden was planning to deport 10,000 Afghans who arrived in the country during the European migration crisis of 2015 and claimed to be unaccompanied refugee children. The Social Democratic Party has caved into pressure from its governing coalition partner, the Green Party, and last week it became clear that the Afghans will be welcome to stay in Sweden. The flip-flopping on the issue will be of benefit to the two anti-immigration parties, the Swedish Democrats and Alternative for Sweden, in this fall's parliamentary election.
The Afghans claim to have been under 18 years old when they arrived in Sweden, even though many of them appear to be in their late 20s in photographs. 35,000 people claiming to be unaccompanied refugee children arrived in Sweden in 2015. The Swedish government was planning to deport those who have allegedly turned 18 since. However, the government recently changed its mind under strong pressure from advocacy groups and thousands of demonstrating Afghans. Last week, it became clear that the Afghans will stay in Sweden when one of the four parties which make up the United Centre-Right opposition, the so-called Alliance, revealed that it will support the government's decision to not deport the Afghans. The Centre Party, the party behind the decision, has in recent years turned into a very progressive neoliberal party. The largest anti-immigration party, the Swedish Democrats, tend to benefit from the internal divisions in the Alliance. In 2014, the party received 12% of the votes and currently have 20% in the opinion polls. The Swedish Democrats have moved toward the centre in an effort to position themselves as a possible government coalition partner for the parties of the alliance that self-identify as conservatives. The move to the centre has opened up space for a new party on the right. Alternative for Sweden is a party launched by the former youth wing of the Swedish Democrats. The formation rose to fame after one of their videos in which they defended European culture went viral.
A salute from the Swedish youth to our European brothers and sisters.
Europa tillhör oss.
L'Europe est à nous.
They were accused of radicalism, and the party decided to cut ties with the organization. Their main election promise is repatriation of migrants. A recent opinion poll shows that the party has a chance of making it into parliament. The election on September 9th will be a thriller, and immigration is, according to opinion polls, the election's most important issue.
Alternativ för Sverige.
The flip-flopping on the deportation of thousands of Afghans by the government and centre-right opposition will certainly improve the chances of Sweden's two anti-immigration parties.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I'm John Carter. Poland Daily returns same time tomorrow. Good night.